Tony's Topics, Tony's Topics, Tony's Topics, Welcome to Tony's Topics. My name's Tony, and these are my topics. So what I want to get into tonight, Westbrook and Durant are back. So what? Why does he say that? What? Durant, the MVP of the league, the highest scorer, the guy who was averaging over 30 points per game last season? Why does it not matter that he's back? Oh, and he's paired with his boy Westbrook? Why does it not matter that he's back? We already know why it doesn't matter why he's back. Bottom line, because they're not going to win. But why aren't they going to win is the real question. That's the real question. So let's think about this. You have Kevin Durant, who is averaging 30 points per game. Michael Jordan type numbers. You understand? Averaging 30 points, which means if you sleep on him, he might pull off a 45-point game on you. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, this guy is so good that getting 20 points in a game is actually bad? What? Okay, next up, Russell Westbrook. On practically any other team in the league, on most other teams in the league except for a select few, this guy will be your number one scoring option. Has the ability to easily average over 20 points a game. An outstanding player. Gets rebounds, assists the ball, when he needs to or sees the play, but honestly, he's a monster. So, where am I coming up with this it doesn't matter stuff? Because we all know what's going to happen. They're going to come close but no cigar. And why does that happen? Simple. The coach. Okay. So I'm going to go off on Scotty Brooks on this one, so let's just put it down what's happening. Retrace back a few years ago when they had Harden, James Harden, right? Why is it that a team packing Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden couldn't push it past the limit? They were all young back then. They weren't as skilled and as good as they are now. No, they were pretty good back then. Honestly, they were all monsters back then. That team did have Serge Ibaka. They were pretty good back then. They were pretty loaded. They were young. They were powerful. Why not then? Why not? Okay, your number one reason is because Russell Westbrook is the point guard, and he's not supposed to be. Anybody who has seen Russell Westbrook play knows that this guy is he's so fast and so explosive, it's almost reckless. But I love it because that's his job. His job is to wreck things. His job is to go in there like a monster and score points. Okay? So where is he supposed to be? At shooting guard. And I've said this all before, but we all know that that's his real position. When he gets the ball, he's supposed to score the ball. If he needs to pass the ball, that's fine. But he is not a ball facilitator. His job should not be to come out there and make people better and make the correct plays for everyone. His job is just to get the ball and score the ball. That's what he's supposed to do. That's the way he's been designed. Okay? Durant knows his position. He gets the ball, he scores the ball for the most part. Occasionally he's going to pass it out, but for the most part, Durant's going to score the ball. He is the number one scoring option. I kind of hate it when they were talking about, wow, he's not going to, last year when he's breaking the record for how many games over 30 or whatever, and he was like, he's getting tired of it. Why would you ever get tired of winning? Because make no doubt, OKC needs Durant to really beat the big teams, and they need him to score big like he does. Because for some reason, not for some reason, for an obvious reason, as long as you hold Westbrook at point guard with the way how much he's going to manhandle the ball and pass it maybe to Durant, it forces that team to be a two-man team when it has far more options than that. I mean, let's keep in mind, James Harden was cut from OKC, traded from OKC so that they could keep Serge Ibaka. But yet, Serge Ibaka underperforms when Westbrook is in play. Why? Because he doesn't get the ball enough. Everybody remembers last season when Russell Westbrook got injured for that long stretch of time and Durant was commanding the team. All of a sudden, Serge Ibaka's numbers went back up and he started averaging 20 points a game and 10 rebounds. Why did that happen? Oh yeah, and let's not forget, Reggie Jackson came on the scene and he was getting like 17 points and a ton of assists. So then Russell Westbrook came back and the numbers diminished back to where they were. I adore the way Russell Westbrook plays. He's a monster, but he's being played in the wrong position. Let Reggie Jackson point guard that team. I'm tired of seeing OKC get all of these amazing players come through it and yet misplay them year after year. A lot of these NBA coaches are excellent at their basketball skills, excellent at telling a guy how to box out, how to protect the rim, how to guard a guy, how to do this, how to move, and all that. But when it comes to the strategy of the game, of putting the correct matchup against who, of managing minutes and managing the amount of offense you have on the table at a time versus how much defense you have on the table, when it comes to managing who's going to score points versus who's going to get rebounds, a lot of these coaches just don't have the strategic mindset to win. And I say that because Popovich is just killing folks with it. Like, okay, Popovich played, he played some team last night or whatever, right? And if you watch the game, he didn't even put in Tim Duncan or Tony Parker. He let his young guys play the whole game. Who was he playing against, Orlando or somebody? But either way it goes, he lets his young guys play the whole game. He lets Kawhi Leonard get tons of minutes, Aaron Baines, and Corey Joseph. Because he's building those guys. He's already building his next 3 stars. So then when the Spurs get to the playoffs, they're not going to have 3 stars on their team. They're going to have 6. 6 bona fide monsters. Not to mention the rest of the team. I mean, he still hasn't given up on Danny Green. Okay? And he's keeping Bellinelli, so he's got, all I'm saying is, when you have to go against strategic minds like that, you've got to be thinking out there, man. You've got to fix stuff. And to make OKC play the exact same way they played last year, the exact same way they played the year before, it's just a recipe for being second best. Oh, wait. In most cases, not even second best. OKC will be great, but as long as Brooks runs it, you'll never be champs. That's my time. Tony's Topics.